This tutorial talks about how you can add yourself to your recordings by using your webcam. So let's get on to it. I'm going to pull up the OBS meant for demonstration, and we're familiar with this. So far, you should also, if you're following the tutorials, you should also have one scene in your scene window and two sources, microphone and display center, in your sources window. So now we want to add our beautiful structure or face to our recording. So let's just go on to the plus icon or button under the sources window, click on it, and we want to add a video capture device, which will, in our case, could be anything, but in our case, it will be a webcam. So click on that, and I'd like to go ahead and rename it to webcam. Okay, so you could have multiple webcams, like there's in all laptops, there's an integrated webcam there, but you could have an external webcam plugged in to USB port, just because the external one could be a better resolution, and in that case you may want to name it something more detailed, like built-in webcam. All right, or any name that could help you identify which webcam you're talking about. So press OK, and it comes up with properties of the webcam. And over here in the device drop-down list, by default it showed me integrated webcam. Integrated webcam means the webcam that is built into my laptop. And I can click on to see what other devices you have. So far, I don't have any other device attached to my system, and I'm not sure why it's showing me all of these things. But if you have another external webcam, it's going to show you that as well, and you have to make sure that you select that particular webcam. So in my case, it's integrated webcam, and I'm going to pick up that. And I guess that's the only thing that, in order for you to actually pick, and then press OK. All right, and I can actually move this frame, the red frame, or webcam frame, anywhere on the screen. I can resize it. Right. If I can adjust my lid of my laptop, I can adjust the angle. I can resize. Watch, if I resize, the whole thing basically shrinks or enlarges. Right. You may want to crop away the unused portion, which is just taking space, and like to, keep yourself the focus. So in that case, make sure this is highlighted or red by clicking on it, and then press the Alt key on your keyboard, Alt key, and keep the Alt key pressed. Okay, and then move your mouse to one of these handles, the square reddish thing. Now my Alt key is pressed, and I moved my mouse to one of these handles, and I can click and drag them. And look now, instead of it's not resizing the whole of the image. My image is the same size, just cropping. This is called cropping action. So I can drag from any dimension, right? And I can crop to whatever I like. And this makes sure that I keep in the important area of the window, and then I can move it. Now I can always rescale now, and it's going to rescale the cropped version. Right, there you go. And this is my video in there, and I can now pull up any presentation I like to see. I can minimize the OBS. All right, I minimize the OBS, but the recording continues. It's going to keep on recording this stuff. All right, so I can start recording over here. Start recording, and now it's recording all of that stuff. I'm interested in my PowerPoint, and so okay. Note that you're not going to see your face on top of the PowerPoint you're actually seeing, but your video is or shows up in the OBS, and it's going to record your screen with your presentation and overlay your video on top of it in the recording, and you're not going to see it over here at the moment. So, but if you've got two screens, and that's where one of the benefits of double screen comes in, and you're recording your external monitor okay, where your slideshow is going on. So you're not going to see your, and your OBS is on your display 1 on your laptop window. You're not going to see your face on the slideshow on monitor 2, but you're going to see it inside OBS on monitor 1. Okay, so you have to actually do it to realize what it. So your OBS on display 1 will be showing your captured display of display 2 in the black scene rectangle, and it's gonna show you your video as well on top of it. All right, so you can start talking about, hey guys, I'm talking about probably today, and let me tell you about the big picture, blah blah blah. And after you're done, or you can just end your slideshow, minimize that, and hopefully it would have recorded all of that. So let me stop the recording over here, and I'm gonna play that file back for you. Start recording, and now it's recording all of that stuff. I'm interested in my PowerPoint, and so okay. Note that you're not gonna see your face on top of the PowerPoint you're actually seeing, but your video is or shows up in the OBS, and it's gonna record your screen with your presentation and overlay your video on top of it in the recording, and you're not gonna see it over here at the moment. So guys, this is the recording I just made for you in this tutorial, and I'm playing it back. As you were presenting, you only yourself were witnessing the slideshow with your face not there, but in the recording, in the recorded video, finally OBS overlaid the video on top of your presentation. So as you're using your pen and tablet to write on anywhere on the screen, you need to make sure or keep in mind that this portion somewhere has your will have your video on top of it. So you make sure you don't write on top of this guy over here. Again, if you have a double monitor, you will be able to see, and you can actually move yourself out of the way in the OBS while you're presenting. So, but if you got two screens, and that's where again, display 1 on, you have just moving it forward quickly to in the black today, and let me tell you about the big picture, blah blah blah. And after you're done, or you can just end your slideshow, minimize that, and hopefully it would have recorded all of that. So let me stop the recording. Okay, so there you go. Right. So as I said before, if you are using 2 monitors, and you should use 2 monitors because it's more convenient, this is what you will be seeing on your laptop, and your presentation or slideshow will be on the second monitor on display 2. You will not be seeing your video on the slideshow on monitor 2, but you will be seeing over here. And if you intended to write something on this area of your PowerPoint, then you can always come to your first monitor and just move yourself out of the way anywhere, okay, whatever, and then write on here. Okay, so this is the convenience of 2 monitors there. So we're done with this tutorial, and we're going to move on to something other in the next one.